Paris sparkled. Rain made the streets shine. The Eiffel Tower glittered in the distance. Sarah watched from a cafe window. Coffee warmed her hands. She loved Paris. The city buzzed with life. Every corner was a postcard. But tonight Sarah felt lost. Paris was supposed to be a fresh start, a chance to forget. But even the most beautiful city couldn't erase the ache in her heart. Maybe she wasn't meant to be happy here. Maybe it was time to go home. 6 months ago, Sarah's life imploded. Her fiancé, Mark, left. He said he wanted more from life, more excitement, more passion. Sarah was heartbroken. They had planned their future. Now she was alone. A friend suggested Paris. Lose yourself in the city of love, she said. Find yourself again. So Sarah booked a one-way ticket. She rented a charming attic apartment. She wandered the streets trying to piece her heart back together. But everywhere she went, Mark's ghost followed. One sunny afternoon, Sarah visited the Musée d'Orsay. She stood mesmerized by Monet's brushstrokes. "Beautiful, isn't it?" a voice said. Sarah turned. A man stood beside her. He had kind eyes and messy dark hair. "It's breathtaking," Sarah agreed. They talked about art, Paris, life. His name was Theo. He was an artist, a sculptor. He had a way of seeing the beauty in everything. For the first time since arriving in Paris, Sarah felt a spark. Not just of interest, but of something more. Sarah and Theo started spending time together. They strolled along the Seine, sharing croissants and stories. They visited hidden gardens and bustling markets. Theo showed Sarah his Paris, the hidden corners, the artists' studios, the magic that tourists never saw. With him, Paris felt different, alive. But when she was alone, doubts crept in. Was this real, or a fleeting Parisian romance? She couldn't shake the fear of being hurt again. Maybe running away was easier than risking her heart. Section 5. Ticket to somewhere. Sarah booked a flight home. She couldn't do this anymore. Paris was beautiful, Theo was wonderful, but her heart ached for familiarity. She packed her bags, each item a reminder of her failed dreams. The day of her flight, a storm raged over Paris. Rain lashed the windows. The wind howled like a heartbroken beast. Sarah sat on her bed, clutching her ticket. It felt like a lifeline and a noose all at once. Section 6. Platform of Promises. The Gare du Nord was a sea of people. Umbrellas bumped, suitcases clattered. Announcements echoed in a dozen languages. Sarah joined the queue for her platform. Her heart pounded in her chest. Suddenly, a hand touched her arm. She spun around. Theo stood there, breathless, his hair soaked from the rain. "I thought I'd missed you," he gasped. Section 7. The Language of Love. "What are you doing here?" Sarah asked, her voice barely a whisper. "I saw the storm," Theo said, his eyes searching hers. "I couldn't let you face it alone." He didn't need to say more. In that moment, on a crowded train platform, surrounded by chaos, Sarah understood. Theo wasn't just a friend, he was a possibility, a chance to love again. Maybe love wasn't about finding a perfect place, it was about finding a person who made any place feel perfect. Section 8. A second chance. Sarah stepped back from the platform. She looked at Theo, really looked at him, his kind eyes, his worried frown, the way his hand felt so right in hers. "I don't want to go," she whispered. A slow smile spread across Theo's face. It was the most beautiful thing Sarah had ever seen. He didn't say anything. He didn't need to. They both knew this was just the beginning. Section 9. Paris Je t'aime. They walked out of the station hand in hand into the Parisian night. The storm had passed, leaving behind a city washed clean. The air smelled like rain and promise. Sarah took a deep breath, feeling lighter than she had in months. Paris was no longer a city of ghosts. It was a city of hope, of second chances, of love found in unexpected places. As they walked, Sarah knew one thing for sure. She was exactly where she was meant to be.